guys, Dr. Christy Ennis. Today we are going to go over 5 exercises and one fabulous bonus exercise that are going to bias all of the abdominal muscles. Now I say bias, not isolate, because we can't actually just focus on only one. They all work together, but we can bias them by adding in different positions. So we're going to get the lower abs by working the bottom up, the upper abs by working the top down, the obliques by adding a rotation, and then these last muscles called your serratus muscles, which people don't think about. These are the punchy muscles. That's the professional term right there. That actually help make all of this pop a little bit more. Now this won't take you very much time at all. You've heard of this thing, the 8-minute abs? Well, this is going to blow that out of the water. Listen to this, 7-minute abs. No, it may not even take you 7 minutes, but that's a great movie. Who can deny that, right? All right, so very first thing we're going to do is get down onto the ground. If you can't get onto the ground, please make sure to know that you can do these in the bed. There's nothing wrong with that. So starting with that extra bonus muscle, it's important to keep this one activated the entire time you're doing these exercises. So your transverse abdominis is a deep abdominal muscle that really almost mimics like a weightlifter's belt. So to get that going, what you want to do is take a nice breath in. As you exhale, you're going to gently pull that belly button in. I'm not tilting my pelvis. I'm not doing a big suck in. It's just a little bit. It's not like Thanksgiving pants tight. It's just a little bit like you ate a little bit too much. Okay? Holding that position, I'm going to bring my arms down by my side, and I'm going to bring those legs up. Remember what I said, don't push out because that'll give you a bloop, not a lovely flat stomach. Okay. So pressing those arms down, we're going to do a tiny little pelvic lift, reverse crunch. All right, so it's just a tiny lift up. It's not here, even though that's wonderful flexibility. That doesn't work those same muscles, and you're activating the spine more. So it's a little tiny lift. My arms are going to go up. I'm going to do alternate arm and leg, again, to get even more of that. Right, here we go, top up exercise. Okay, so lift, arms up. A little coordination too at the same time. Really press down into those arms, but try not to use that neck. Okay, that's important. Sometimes I'll see people lift their head. Don't do that. Don't let that be you. Here we go. Starting with 10 repetitions. That's 5. Here's 6. If the reverse little crunch thing is too much, just take it out for now. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Also, if it's too much to keep those legs up, bring them down, right? And then just have that one, oops, that alternate arm and leg, still getting that top up motion, but a little bit less stress and less force. Easier to start with, certainly. One more. Here we go. Good. Staying on the floor or the bed, wherever you're comfortable. Feet are going to come down. I'm going to bring the soles of my feet together, knees dropped open. This helps open this area up a little bit, take some of the hip flexors out, and it does actually target here just a tiny bit, even though we're coming up. So hands are either going to cross the chest or come behind the head. You're going to take a nice breath in. You're going to exhale. Notice I'm keeping my spine straight, right? I'm not curling in. We want to lead from those abdominal muscles. If you curl that spine and lift really high up, now we're not stabilizing the spine anymore. It can't stabilize and move at the same time. It doesn't have that kind of brain. All right, so here's 5. 6, remember if this bothers any part of your body, stay here. 7, and it's okay if your legs are up here too. 8, 9, don't push those muscles out. 10. All right, next one, we're going to target those obliques, or like I said, bias. We're going to bring those arms out to the side, keeping that happy pelvic position, just like happy little trees. We're going to bring those knees up. I'm going to rotate my legs over to the right, and when I do that, I want to make sure my left shoulder and shoulder blades stay down on the ground. So I'm going to rotate to the side, pause in the middle, and exhale if you can. When you come back to the middle, that's kind of the harder part of the exercise. However, the most important thing is just to breathe, period, okay? So if you get confused on how to breathe, just make sure that you do it. If this is too easy, go ahead and straighten those legs, and then you're going to bring them over. Back to the middle, over to the other side. If that's too hard, bring those legs down to the middle. Still concentrate on right here, and then squeeze as you bring back to the middle. But this, again, is a little less stress on the spine anytime you have your feet in the air. So, excuse me, less than if you have your feet in the air. So feet down, easier. Knees bent and up, a little bit harder. Legs straight, even harder still. And one little more addition if you want it. If you can do it and stabilize, legs over, add a little twist. Okay. I'm going to get up off the ground. These last two are standing. This next one is an oblique one too, and this is in case lying down just doesn't feel good or you can't get that rotational part. You're going to grab a band, attach it up high. I usually tie a knot in the band and stick it in the door jamb. I tried that today and my door doesn't want to close, so make sure that it doesn't snap back on you, and don't tie it to a like I did either. I'm just going to be gentle. Okay, so you're going to think about, again, right, gentle pull in with that belly button. I'm going to bring my arms out in front of me a little bit straight. I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to add that full rotation in and let those arms come back. Ideally, you want to be up a little bit higher. I'm just not going to do that so I don't pull on my light. You can add a tiny little pivot of that other hand. Again, really squeeze and pull all the way through and back myself up a tiny bit. There's 5. Soft little bend in those knees too. Don't lock them. 7. 8. And even pull through a little bit more maybe than I am. I'm just getting blocked by my band right there. There's 10. Make sure to go over to the other side. That's also important. This next one, the punchy one, are those serratus, which actually intertwine or interdigitate, big word of the day, with those oblique muscles. So what it does is actually bring that shoulder blade forward. So I see people do this exercise wrong and they just kind of punch out with their elbow. You really want to keep that elbow relatively straight, and then I'm going to add from the shoulder, I'm going to punch out and a little bit down. I have one other leg, my opposite leg in front, to give a little balance and support. So kind of right in through here is where you're working. Ooh. Again, don't let yourself hunch forward. Just think shoulder and shoulder blade is reaching. There's 6, 7, 8 for an extra bonus. You can squeeze that shoulder blade back. 9 and 10. Again, don't forget the other side. So there you have it. A way to not have to do planks and not aggravate shoulders, arms, back. I'll link a video up there, and work everything all at once. Thanks, guys.